So you're thinking about moving to Portsmouth, Rhode Island? Well, in today's video, my team and I are going to use Google Maps to cover the Common Fence Point neighborhood. Let's get started right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Rhode Island, subscribe below, tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Rhode Island. My name is Devin, and my team and I, we get calls and texts every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Rhode Island, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so we can help you make a smooth transition here to Rhode Island. Let's jump over to my desktop to review the Common Fence Point neighborhood. So here we are, we're doing an overview using Google Maps of the Common Fence Point neighborhood. Now, to give you some context about some distances that you would be away from this neighborhood, if you're coming from New York, that's going to be anywhere from 4.5 hours to 5 hours. What adds additional time to getting to this neighborhood is you have to go through Jamestown, cross the Newport Bridge, get off into Newport, go through Middletown, and that's what's going to add another 20 to 25 minutes. If you're coming from Connecticut, you're going to want to time out about 2.5 hours to 3 hours. Again, what makes it a little longer to get to versus Newport, Jamestown, Middletown, etc., is you have to get through Jamestown, cross the Newport Bridge, which can be congested during the summertime, get off in Newport, go through Middletown, and it takes another 20 to 25 minutes to get out to this neighborhood. Now, if you're coming down from Boston, this is going to be one of the first neighborhoods you will hit. So from door to door, it's about an hour. So this is a very convenient neighborhood if you're coming from the Massachusetts or Boston area. So here is Common Fence Point. Now, what defines Common Fence Point? Well, you have Attleboro Ave to Narragansett Boulevard, Massasoit Ave, all the way back to the tip of Common Fence Point. So this area right here is known as Common Fence Point. If you're looking for a more in-depth video, my video team is going to put it in the top of this video. Now, why do people like living in Common Fence Point? Well, it's very family oriented. Over the last few years, I will say some more second homes have begun to pop up, and even short-term rentals have become a little more popular in this area. It's still a primary residence area, but again, second homes and rental properties are starting to transition in this neighborhood. Now, one thing that people really like about this neighborhood is it is quiet, and there's not a lot of through traffic. So if you want to get out and walk your dog, or if you want to go for walking for exercise, you don't have to worry about, a bunch of cars passing you. It's a very quiet neighborhood. There's not a lot of travel or cut through that takes place. Once you're in the Common Fence Point neighborhood, you're in the neighborhood. Now, a few major highlights of this neighborhood that people like is they have a community center. So I'm going to click on this right here. This has been developed over the last couple years. Here's the finished product. Ta-da! This is what they wanted it to look like. So I think they did a pretty good job. So you can book an event here. They also have a convenience store. It's somewhere right along this road, but it's I believe it's right here. Right here is a convenience store. It has awesome deli sandwiches. And then if you have any kids, they also have the Common Fence playground. So I'm going to click on that and show you what that looks like. So it's a major plus if you want to let the kids burn off some energy. They have their own playground in the Common Fence Point neighborhood. Now, one major amenity and a real bonus to this neighborhood is the Safe Harbor Secondment Marina. So if you're somebody who loves to be able to boat and dock your boat and be able to walk to the dock and marina, you may consider this neighborhood. I'm going to click on the Safe Harbor Marina. I believe the biggest boats they allow in there are anywhere from, I think, 65 feet and under, maybe 50 feet and under. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a boater myself, even though I would like to get into it more. But here's some pictures of the marina to give you a feel. Again, having walkability to your boat, that could be a major bonus. Now, what are some things that people maybe dislike about this neighborhood? Well, for one thing, similar to the Island Park neighborhood, you're even a little further out. So if you're somebody who has a wedding in Newport, if you like traveling to Middletown and Newport where there's a lot of attractions, it's going to be 20 to 25 minutes. So if you don't want to make that long commute, then maybe owning out in here isn't a good fit. So this is going to be a much longer commute for you. Now, one thing I will say as well is this is a very quiet neighborhood. And along with that, if you're somebody who wants to be able to walk to restaurants or walk to the beach or shopping, you have to get in your car everywhere you want to go. This is a real commuting neighborhood. So even if you want to get groceries, you're going to have to commute to be able to do that. The third thing I'd like to highlight of maybe why people dislike this area is you have to travel up and down East and West Main Road. So I'm gonna drop down onto East Main Road right here, boom. All right, let's get out over here. Now, East and West Main Road, this is a section where there's one lane on either side, but this is a two-lane road on either side. And if you're somebody who sees commuting back and forth to Middletown to go to the polo matches or the Newport Vineyard or Newport, you're gonna have to travel this road. And as you can see, if you're coming out and have to cross over, this road can be dangerous, especially if you have younger children or are traveling at night. There's no median here. So that's one thing you may wanna keep in mind when selecting the Common Fence Point neighborhood as a destination or an area you see buying. Now, what type of properties will you find over here in Common Fence Point? Pretty much all single families. There's no commercial real estate, there's no condos, no multifamily. Everything over here is gonna be single family homes. In fact, let's just drop down over on Foxborough Ave. Let me show you. So as you can see, these are all single family homes. We'll travel up to down the street a little more. See, all single family homes. There's no condos, no multifamilies, no commercial real estate over here. Everything's pretty much a single family home. Now, what are the price points that exist over here? You're gonna be anywhere between $300,000 and $2 million. If you are here on Common Fence Boulevard, which I'm gonna drop down right there, boink, you get great views of the Mount Hope Bridge right here. So if you're on the front end right here, you do get really nice views of this bridge. You will have water views, and the playground is gonna be right over here around the corner. Thanks for joining us today on our review tour of the Common Fence Point neighborhood. If you're looking for more information on this neighborhood or any other neighborhoods in Rhode Island, all of my contact information is in the description below.